Hey everyone, welcome back to the Old Music Matters Net podcast. I'm your host Brian. Today I welcome some special guests here. We got Robert and we got Felipe from the metal band Engulfed in Hate. How y'all doing?
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
All
How are
good,
you?
and you?
Doing good. How y'all doing today? What's new?
Oh, nothing much. Well, I have another band also that I just finished recording, so I just finished working on that this weekend, so it's pretty busy with that, like doing all the production for that stuff. So it's fun times, and getting ready to go on vacation, so that's also cool. Yeah.
So in my case, it was like a house day, so house chores. That was a simple day.
All right, that sounds good. Yeah, Felipe told me you were perfect for vacation. That's why we had to jump on this call a little later.
Yeah.
Normally I always
Yeah.
do them in the afternoon too, so very rarely I do them for late ones, mainly because it's people over in Australia, for instance, too. So
Oh yeah.
fun stuff nonetheless, dude. So it's all good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess where y'all
Easy.
hailing from at?
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland.
And Puerto Rico, Santurce.
We got a first one from Puerto Rico. All right. Welcome to
That's
the show here,
sir, yes
Nice.
Felipe.
sir.
It's good to see. We got Raven
And
fan
then
here.
like
Oh, and
Pittsburgh
he's got the
Pirates
hat.
hat.
Oh no, he's
Yes
surrounded by
sir,
two
yes sir.
Pittsburgh guys. Oh man, Robert, you're getting double teamed up here, man. So
I know.
Yes sir.
you need Lamar Jackson to do a little more balling right there. Start doing a lot more running these days. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's all good though too. I would say good season nonetheless. It was at least enjoyable while it lasted too. So
Oh yeah. Yeah.
better luck next time.
Uh,
So
yeah.
And he's like fun to watch play. Lamar Jackson is like awesome to see play. So I hope he keeps on continuing on building up on Baltimore.
that's true. And I will confess, I did have him for my one fantasy league, so he did well during that 1 year too.
Hey, see?
Nice.
He comes in handy. All right. So, Robert and Felipe, I want to welcome you to my podcast right here. And the way it's going to work is I'm just going to ask you guys some questions. And let's get to know you guys more, both as the musicians, but also as the individuals too. So, you all ready?
Awesome. I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Thank you, man. Yes, sir.
All right. So, I'll start right here with the first one here too. So, Robert, you can go first. But I guess tell us a little bit about yourself. I guess, how did you become a musician?
Well, I come from like my dad is a guitar player, so I always watch him like playing guitar and all that stuff. So I was really interested since I was little, but I was too impatient to start like actually playing when I was like like 13 and stuff like that. So I actually like picked up the guitar when I was like 17, and that's around the time that I met Felipe, and we were like not like neighbors like next door, but we live in the same neighborhood, so we always like saw each other and stuff. And I was like just like, skateboarding around and stuff, so we always like talk about like some bands and all that. So that's how I started like with the music. It was like my family always like my dad always listening to like Joe Satriani and stuff like that. I'm like, that's kind of music I like when I was a kid. So yeah, that's how the beginnings were for me.
He just came up to school and he was just blasting surfing with the alien. So,
Yeah. Yes.
so
And then he was like soloing, like, and he just called me like, "Oh, hey, look at this, look at this." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that's awesome! Like, I want to do that."
So,
But I mean, I couldn't do that. I just did like like nothing, and it sounded like crap. So yeah, a lot of practice after that.
that's for sure too. And
Yeah.
I guess Felipe, go ahead.
so in my case, it was like with school friends. Once we finished like high school, that's when one of my friends started playing guitar. So we wanted to form a band. And actually, around that time, that's when I met Robert. So we started like doing like type of band that you play like on high schools, like battle of the bands and stuff like that. That's how we started jamming, and from there on, we started playing different types of music, different bands, and that's how it all started. So in my case, it started also with Robert.
I guess when did you move to Puerto Rico? Because it sounded like you both grew up in Baltimore and then you just moved away after high school.
Oh, actually,
No,
I
so
grew up in Puerto Rico
yeah,
because I'm
yeah,
from the Dominican Republic, and I moved on to Puerto Rico when I was little. So and I grew up in the same neighborhood as Felipe. So I saw him, and that's like I speak Spanish. That's like my main language. Like and yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Felipe has always stayed in Puerto Rico and then you just moved
Yeah.
away to Baltimore. Okay, makes sense right there.
yeah. Well, like in a way, I've moved to Florida and actually had a short stint in Baltimore as well. But my home base at the moment, and since I was a kid, has been Puerto Rico.
That's good to hear. I guess how has Puerto Rico been? Because I know they got rocked pretty bad by that one hurricane. Was it a Irma or which?
Maria.
Maria, yeah.
So when that happened, I wasn't here. I was actually living in Florida. But it was like difficult. Like the best example would be I didn't have communication with my dad for a month when it hit. I didn't hear nothing from him, nothing from family members for about a month. So it was rough. At the same time, like you have the hope that they're okay and everything. So, because as they say, bad news travel fast. Nothing came to me quick, so I knew everybody was okay. You know.
That's very good to hear. And I guess you guys still are building, or I guess how's Puerto Rico been currently?
It's way better than when Maria hit. We do have your typical like potholes everywhere and stuff like that. But besides that, it's not in a rough shape. You know, we're actually been getting hit with a lot of like tourists and stuff for spring breaks and stuff. So it's 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 a good environment at the moment for me.
Actually, I mean to get to Puerto Rico one of these days. It actually would be nice to see. So.
Please do, bro.
And then we come down, we chill with Felipe, and then maybe we invite Robert over. We can jam together too.
Yeah.
So,
I haven't been there in a while, so I have to go there and visit my family and stuff. I have some family there, so.
That's good to hear. And I guess, Robert, are you strictly more guitars, or I guess how's the duties split between you two?
Well, in the band, I kind of like write all the background music. So I do program the drums, I play the bass, I play the guitar, and I do all the sound effects and stuff like that, like pianos and all the orchestration and some of the songs and stuff that we do. And I do like the recording as well, and mixing and mastering and all the other stuff.
Yeah. The art.
I guess the Felipe is more the vocalist and the front man.
That's it.
And like he also like does the ideas and stuff for the band, because it's kind of like how everything started. Yeah.
I guess whoever wants to answer this question too. I guess let's go and jump into music a little bit. But I guess describe the band at first. I guess who came up with the name, and then go into its history.
Felipe.
So the name, it's like you know that when you want to start bands, that's one of the first things you like to come up with. So I've always wanted to have a band since the last band that I was in, Last Wish of a Dying Man, broke. I wanted to have like another project, another musical, anything. So I always wrote names for bands, and that's one of the names that I actually wrote. And once Robert gave me the music to work with, I felt that it was gonna be the one that stuck with it. I asked Robert like, "Hey, what do you think about this name?" And he gave me a okay, and that's it, man. From that point on, we were Engulfing Hate.
You know you're a metal band when you got either the word hate or something with gore involved with it.
You know, yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
So that's basically it. Like we wanted the name to be like according to the music, according to the sound and everything. And for me, that name represents it.
Absolutely too. And I guess, do you want to elaborate in the history about Engulfed in Hate? I guess how long you guys been part of this group in general?
So
go ahead, Felipe.
I would say like around October 2019. Even before that, we've had songs that Robert has always been working on and sent my way. But Engulfed started around October 2019. From there on, we started like sharing the music. I started writing, and I would say once the pandemic hit, that's when we ran with it. Like by March of 2020, we probably had about 4 songs recorded already. So yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
But March was when
Yep.
like the world started like shutting down too. So I guess that was coincidental with
Right.
coincidentally it happened to happen with COVID happening around there too. So I
Yeah,
guess
that was the thing that kind of like brought up kind of like the whole project together in the end, because like we had like songs, we didn't have like really a name that we were gonna name the project, but we've been working on songs. Because every time I had a song that I couldn't use for anything else, I'm like, oh, Felipe, write some stuff to this. Let's see what comes out. And we always did that kind of like with different projects. So we also had a rap project as well that I was making like beats and stuff, and I sent him, and he did all the stuff like in Spanish. We did some rap stuff with another friend of us, and then we. And even before the band that we had before Last Wishes of a Time Man, because I was a guitar player in that band, so it was kind of like the same process. I made some songs and sent it to Felipe, and he'd like put his sauce in it. So it's kind of like how everything started like in 2019, in the end of 2019, and like the pandemic just kind of like brought us more together, because then Felipe was able to move here to see if it could make it work over here, and that's when we like hung down and we like nailed down the name and the whole like image of the band, and we were like, he wasn't like here stay in the house, so we kind of like came up with the whole idea for the band and like how we wanted the songs to be and name, and like we got that done and the first artwork, and we started working on the music. We even wrote a couple songs that, because we have like I don't know like 12 songs or something like that, and we just been releasing singles, because I'm busy over here with like another band that I have like that we play live, and we're like really busy playing shows. So it's like not all the time I get time to do this, but since it's really different kind of tuning and all that stuff, so when I had to write music in drop A, that is our guitar tuning of choice, that's where I write the stuff for Engulfing Hate, and it's kind of like magic there.
And the fun begins, as we like to say. Yeah.
Yes.
So I guess let's jump into COVID just a little bit here too, and then we can get back into more of the music. But I guess on a personal level, and I guess family-wise too, how bad did COVID impact you both? And Robert, you can start first.
Yeah, to me it was a little tough, because the whole uncertainty of everything that was going on. I have a job. I still have the same job, luckily. So they sent us all working from home. So I was like in the basement in my house, like working, and I have a tower. So I like my computer for recording and stuff. So it's not like a laptop I can work for wherever I want, because like I couldn't do it before. So once I was here, I was all the time in the basement. It's kind of like I have a family and stuff, but it wasn't getting lonely, because I had to be like 8 hours like glued to the computer, and then it's like in the basement, no sunlight or anything like that. And after that, I got hurt and stuff. I fell and like I messed up my back, and like I don't know, a lot of things happened. Like my mental state was a little crazy, but everything kind of like started like leveling up once I decided to just keep going and like not care about everything that was going on, because it was like all the media and stuff, it was like always throwing it at our faces and stuff, like in everywhere you put anything, like you open social media and everything was like COVID this, COVID that. It was just so overwhelming. I couldn't like handle that stuff, and it just like did a number in my head. But everything after that, like after like 2 years after that, like with the other band that I had, we started like playing shows when we weren't allowed to. So it was kind of like underground and stuff, and we did that, and kind of like brought us some joy and a lot of peace and stuff, a peace of mind that we could just do whatever we wanted. And it's like, oh, if it happens, then we're all gone, and then that's it. But let's just enjoy the last minute that we have, and let's get this done. But
then we can float up to our happy place afterwards.
Yeah.
As I was gonna say, you're already in your happy place. You're in the underground. Yeah. Like to call
yes.
It too, so.
Yes. Yeah.
I guess before we get to, I guess some of the good stuff that kind of came out of COVID too. I guess Felipe, what's your story?
So COVID wasn't actually that bad for me. It sucked in the sense of that my job at the moment was like maintenance, so I had to be present. I wasn't one of the persons that got lucky and got like just tipping by staying home or anything like that. I had to still go to work, so that part sucked. But that's when the music came in. You know, I would say like at that moment, everything started to flow better. I had, in a way, like although I was working, I had a little bit of extra time because since COVID was happening, you weren't needed 5 days anymore. You were needed maybe four. sometimes 3. So those extra days, I would just like put them to write lyrics and record. Because at first, like during the first stages of recording on a little laptop with plug-in mic on it, and that's what I was sending Robert for him to see if it was gonna work, what needed to be re-recorded, what was gonna make it work. So while COVID was happening, if I'm honest, I was having fun. You know, it sucked that the world was shutting down and everything, but since I was doing music, I was like enjoying life. For me, the part that sucked is that I still had to work. You know, a lot of people of my coworkers were like home, getting a check and everything, and I was like actually going to work and earning it. You know, so I was like, for me, that was the sucky part. Besides that, bro, I was like, hey, okay, you know.
I will say you have to earn that money. Earn that money. So
Yeah. But bro, it sucks when you see somebody like my roommate at the time. He was earning the same money as me, or even more, and he was just chilling at the house. You know, he was just staying there doing absolutely nothing. I was like, huh, how does that work?
I was gonna say, was that unemployment?
Now, it would be like if you remember when COVID happened, a lot of people were like let go because the companies like couldn't like afford the amount of employees that they had and everything like that. So a few of those people were just let go, but since it wasn't intentionally, they weren't fired. They were still getting paid, and they were getting paid like a huge chunk of money, man. I'm saying like people that were maybe earning $400 a week were now making 700, or staying at home doing like, hey, which I don't knock it. Don't get me wrong. Everybody got to do what they got to do. But I was like, how does this work? Do I get like a little extra for me, myself going to work and risking my life? You know?
It was like, send me a couple hundred that way, so I'll make you stay at the house too.
That's it.
Okay, consider that rent expense. Yeah. I know I had a little stint with unemployment because I actually got laid off my job sometime last year, and I would say unemployment was pretty nice too. I mean, it was every 2 weeks, got a nice little paycheck and everything electronically. And you don't get them in the mail anymore like you used to. So
That's it, right?
yep. So I mean, I gotta understand too, but I thought that's what it was. But I think it was that COVID relief. I don't know if it was the CARES
Yeah,
Act
correct.
or whatever it was. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. So that's what you're talking
Mm-hmm.
about. So, did you guys have any brushes with COVID? Was everyone in your family okay? We didn't lose anybody, did we?
Yeah.
I had an uncle that got sick, hospital-wise. Like he said that he was in the hospital for about a month, but he got cleared about it and everything okay after that. But nobody died or anything like it.
All right, that's very good to hear. Good to have you guys along for the ride there too. So stay healthy, y'all.
Yeah. You as well,
Actually,
man.
since we are speaking Spanish here, let's do stay healthy, mis amigos. There we go.
Hey, poco a poco, little by little, bro. That's it.
Exacto.
Stay not. All right. So I guess getting back into music too, because Robert, I know you talked about Joe Satriani. Would you say he was your biggest influence, or do you have many others that kind of influenced you?
I have other influences. It was like my first one when I was a kid. It was like Joseph Chaney and Steve Vai and the whole G3 stuff. Like my dad was like playing all instrumental guitarists and stuff like that, like progressive, like guitar players and stuff. So I have a like an eye for that kind of stuff. Like not eye, sorry, an ear for it. But I mean, I kind of like started listening to like heavy stuff, so I kind of like deviated from like that kind of music. But I mean, I listen to every kind of music, really. All of the different variations of metal. I really like each one of them. Like my favorite, uh, one of my favorite songs is "New Day" by Carnival. So it's not like really heavy, but it's like I love that song, like how they wrote the song and how everything went down. And another song that I have that is. Um, One of favorite of mine recently is the new one, the one from the video from Vitriol, one of the new ones that they released. I forgot the name of it. I have it in my stuff there. I'm not gonna check it out, But yeah.
I think Vitriol. I think that was We Will Fight Savagely. Was that what it was called?
I think so. Let me check real quick. I have it here. Shame and it's Afterbirth.
Ah, okay. In that case, I was way off. But I swear to this song, We Will Fight Savagely. I thought that was something like that too. You just hear it too. It's like, oh, that's so metal. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like the first time I saw them like playing a video and stuff. It's like saying like Kyle's face, like the guitar player. Like every time, like he's not like really saying anything, but he's kind of like moving his mouth according to like what the guitar is doing. It's like I always see that when like people are like really talented at their instrument, they always kind of like they're like kind of like talking what they're doing. It's like so like crazy looking and stuff. Like when you see people like moving their mouth and stuff, that's kind of like one of the things that my dad always told me. Like, oh, you see when he's like soloing and doing like, what, and like he's just like talking like notes and stuff.
My Tremonti style. You remember my Tremonti from Pete?
Yeah, like doing all the faces and stuff. Yeah.
I was gonna say it's almost like doing like a ventriloquist sort of dummy right there, right too. Almost like making your guitar talk in a way.
Yeah.
It's almost like
Yeah.
You like move the mouth like this. Just move it off to the side and everything too. So okay, I see.
Yeah.
And I guess Felipe, I guess who would you consider has been your biggest influence?
So it would be like Despapara from Cold Chamber, Corey from Slipknot back in the day, and then Trevor Phipps from Unearth. I like his style like a whole lot because like he was singing like that new American metal, heavy metal style, but with that hardcore voice that I enjoy it. I'm a hardcore fan, so when I heard that, it was like super refreshing to hear that metal with that hardcore sound. It was like on point, so I became a fan instantly. Then probably from the new versions, I would say Sammy from Drain. That kid's got like some talent, you know. And he's got a presence as well. He's like a fun man. So that's something that I enjoy as well.
Yeah, good choices. Actually, you're saying Corey Taylor, I think like, oh, he must have really loved the emotion that came out of the late 90s and early 2000s. So yeah.
Right.
Those some dark times in those days. I'll tell you that much too.
Thanks, bro. That's when kids will scrape their knees playing, you know, like that's when people were having fun outside, you know.
That was when, can we say men are men? Or was that when the vocalists were really pouring it into? Because I remember Chad Gray with Mudvayne, he was doing like Nothing to Gain. And you just hear him at the end, he's just screaming like a couple of times, just yelling soiled or anything. I'm like,
yes.
I'm thinking like, damn, no wonder you messed up your voice, but at the same time, man, that is so badass. So,
talking about Mudvayne, that their bass player Ryan Martini, that's like one of my, because I used to be a bass player mainly, so that bass over there is a Ryan Martini bass, kind of like the Warwick, so that's like the one that I had to get, and yeah, Mudvayne, hell yeah.
He dominated that whole album too.
Oh
really.
Yeah, dude.
Any album in general when you think
his
about
tone, everything. Yeah, he's the beast.
We didn't know stinking guitar player.
That's actually how I met Robert playing Mudvayne. He used to play big in front of his house like all the time, bro. Like that. He'll be like, "Yo, check this out, bro."
Ding.
Yeah.
I guess, do you do the finger style or do you mainly use a pick, Robert?
Finger style. Yeah.
You do it also with the thumb too, the slapstick style.
Yeah, but when recording, I use the pick because I like the attack on that, and then it's just everything is like I can get all the notes perfect when you do it with the pick in recording. But like playing live and stuff is just like more cool, like doing it with the fingers and stuff. You can do all the notes and stuff, like skipping strings and looks cooler than just like moving up and down with the finger like that. It just looks cooler.
That too. And it makes so badass sounds like dun 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 dun.
Yes, just like slamming it. Ding.
Actually, I was looking at the strings too, or at least like how the pattern is too. He's mainly just hitting it, the open, I guess whatever it was, a B or a D or whatever it was.
B, yeah.
B, and then just like strums upward because he's actually playing two notes at the same time too. That's what makes that ding sort of noise too.
Yeah.
Actually, I do remember seeing like the behind the scenes when they were doing Dig, and I don't know how he did it too, but man, he was pretty fit to be honest. Because I think they had him like sideways or either like laying flat like this. It was almost like he could do like a sit-up or something because I guess they wanted to get like a bottom view shot or something like that. So
yeah.
it's freaky stuff. But he had to really help out too because I guess he was also helping Mac McDonough in terms of drum patterns, so they knew like where he was at in the song. So everything flowed pretty naturally. Not only that, it seemed like he was high on something whenever. Because I guess they were doing one day where it's just like them actually playing their instruments, and then the next day it was just like them with like all these hoses and everything too, and that whole thing. And he just went off too. I mean, he must have had like a snort of cocaine before hopping into that thing. But he was committed. I'll give him that too. I respect him for that. He was committed.
Oh yeah. And also like his painting and stuff. It was like that's one of the things that it like attracted me to like their image and stuff. It was like him like looking like a devil and stuff with little horns and stuff. I was like, what the heck is this guy? And he's like a monster in the bass. And then like he's playing like heavy stuff. It's like, what is this? Like heavy music with like a funk bass. Like I've never like heard that before. That's crazy. Yeah.
Sometimes when you see him in the pictures too, he could be a little intimidating, whatever. Because I think it was like when he had the eyes rolled up, like something like that.
Yeah.
It was kind of freaky too, but nonetheless, you knew he was committed.
Yeah.
He always mixed his up too, because it seemed like at times he did have a mohawk, but it was like he had gray paint, and sometimes.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
So yeah, he mixed it up, but he was always shirtless. He always wanted to show off them abs. So.
Yeah. And the tattoo that he has on the chest and stuff. Yeah.
That too. I guess you got some abs there, Robert. Do you want to show off to the ladies?
Oh no, I don't. I'm sort of just like a food belly now.
That'd be the winter belly. He's got to work it off too. Good thing about metal too. You get a nice exercise out of it. So.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, good choices. Nonetheless,
it's kind of like how it is when I play with the live band. The other band that I have that I play live is I run around a lot because like one of my guitar playing influences when it comes to performance is Adam D from Killswitch and Ken Susi from Unearthed. Oh well, ex Unearthed. But when he was like there, like just running around the whole thing with the wireless and like doing like nonsense stuff like behind the neck and all that stuff and like swinging around. There's like I have a lot of videos on the internet and stuff like me, like just being crazy and stuff, getting in the pit and stuff with the guitar and like getting trampled on while I'm playing like in the band and stuff. It's cool. Really cool. Enjoy that. Doing that, just like people like the show.
We lost Robert. He was KIA in the mosh pit action. Okay. Yeah. Actually, how does that work, to be honest, the wireless ones? Because the first time I saw it was when Red Hot Chili Peppers were doing that halftime show, and I was thinking, like, oh, that's complete BS. They just didn't want to show the wires and everything, or have to do, like, the live version of
it works. It works good. I've always been using it since, I guess, COVID and with this band. I just wanted to, like, being able to move around, and I have, like, a cord there that was limiting me. The distance I could move. I mean, actually, I can't pass like 20 feet with the wireless because then it starts like cutting off. But I have like a really cheap one. It's not like a fancy one, but it does the job. It never cut off unless like the battery is dying or I'm going way too far. But it's cool. I mean,
I guess that explains why they always switch off the guitars whenever. Because I seen a couple of shows. The one this year was Story of the Year. I saw like the bass and the guitar player always trading off guitars, which I'm not sure if it was because it was for like the next tone of the song or whether it was just like, okay, this is dying, give me a new one. That sort of thing.
Yeah. I've seen that like they can take it, like throw the guitar to the other musician and stuff and just like swap them in there and stuff. That's cool.
Not technically like that. It's just more like give it to the roadies or the crew members.
Oh yeah.
And they just give them a new one or something like that. So I don't know. It's freaky, but it's cool nonetheless too. Yeah. And I guess how's the music scene been in Baltimore first, and then Felipe, you could talk about it in Puerto Rico.
Well, here it's thriving. There's a lot of bands now. There's a lot of bands. After the pandemic, kind of like a lot of bands fiddled out. Some of them like stick together and stuff, like switch around names or members and started other bands and stuff like that. But it was kind of like dead for a little while. But now it's like there's like almost like shows every weekend. There's all like the hardcore scene is here is like huge, and there's a lot of shows going on, and like they get like crowded, and, like packed, like everybody like just like throwing down mosh pits and stuff, and like all those hardcore shows. So fun. But I do a lot of like more like punk rock shows and a lot of like house shows. We do a lot of those. we like doing the house shows because like all the like being close to people and stuff is just kind of like different. Than the stage we play like bigger venues, and everybody always says that they like the band when you are like right there in front of them because you can get all the energy of the band like right there in your face. That's kind of like some of the stuff that people have said to us that they really enjoy when we get right in their faces and bring it to them.
I guess Felipe got to answer a question there too, and then I want to at least talk about Baltimore just a little bit too. But go ahead.
So the Puerto Rico scene is actually like really good at the moment. We've had like bands from here done little like stints on the U.S. not so long ago. Like on January, there was a band from from Puerto Rico from the hardcore scene called Cold Times. They went on a small run on like New York, New Jersey. They went to Disturbing the Peace Festival, which is in Baltimore, and that's huge because they play with Biohazard. So for a band from here to be playing on stage with Biohazard, it's like huge. We had another band from here called Fulminator that's also hopping through the states as well. Did a little small run as well. They actually ended up in Baltimore as well on Intimidation Display Productions, is it?
Infinite Terror.
Infinite Terror. They actually got them over there in Baltimore, and they play like a San Trash Mix or something like that was the fest.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a chance, check Fulminator out because they're like a war Puerto Rican style version of it. Like they'll have a huge robot that they'll be shooting like lasers from, like its eyes or arms. So Fulminator, if you get a chance, check them out. And I'm actually at the moment working on a band on a hardcore project with some of my friends over here in Puerto Rico, which is gonna be called Beggars, and we'll be starting playing on hopefully either April or around that time forward. And actually, I have no complaints about the Puerto Rico scene. We're actually doing what I feel is super nice, man.
That's good to hear. Actually, I was worried at first because I thought it would be hindered from what COVID did too. I guess the COVID kind of hindered the scene.
So yeah, at first, yeah, it did. There weren't a lot of venues, but little by little, the venues have started to pop up again. We are actually at the moment, our biggest like issue is like municipal code on San Juan, which is where most of the shows are run. Like now, if you're doing a show from Monday to Thursday, you have to shut it down by 12. If you're doing shows on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it has to be done by 1 a.m. if I'm not mistaken. So if you're trying to have fun, like to be shut down by 1, it's one of the last things people want. But at the same time, we'll always make it work. So it's all good.
That's good to hear. Actually, I wanted to come back to Baltimore because sometimes when you go to the MSN site, for instance, for work-wise, and you see some things that talk about like cities that are not the best places to go to, or anything like that. Unfortunately, Baltimore was in that list. I guess, how has Baltimore been recently outside of the music scene too? Is it still kind of struggling with like crime and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's like it just never ends. I mean, it's like every place has the bad area. So it's like in Puerto Rico too. It's kind of like really bad there to like the crime and stuff. But it's like everywhere you go, it's kind of like there's always like that bad area. And it's kind of like they always have to something to talk about because Baltimore is like pretty big city within like what it is and like with the crime and what it is. So it's kind of like makes it seem that it's like way more than it is. But I mean, a lot of the stuff is like drug related and a lot of like petty stuff that is happening that is creeping over from from the city and it's kind of like expanding. But I mean, it keeps happening everywhere. So I think it's just the times. The times are making everything more intense because like everything is more expensive now. So it's like more people are struggling more. So it's just more desperate people. So hopefully things, well, one can hope actually that things will get better, but we'll never know. And it doesn't seem that it's going that way. So unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, hope the
But I
same would be
mean,
like this too shall
yeah,
pass. Yeah. So
yeah.
that's what you mean too. I just figured too, with a growing music scene, I thought maybe it would also be a good way to bring people together, that sort of thing too. But I guess you need like a
Yeah.
diverse
Mhm.
sort of one, so you get like the people who really like the rap, hip hop, that sort of stuff too, and then you got the metal scene, all those guys. So
Yeah.
it's a work in progress, but we're getting there too. So
Yeah.
y'all stay safe out there too. Keep doing what you're doing.
Hmm.
So that's all I
Yes.
can say.
Yes.
I guess let's go ahead and talk about the gear a little bit too. So I guess Robert, you can go first. I guess discuss the guitars back there, anything else, and then I
Well,
guess all the
I'm
gear
gonna
wise in terms of
show
recording.
this one first. This one here is a Agile Interceptor Pro. That is the main guitar that I use for Engulfing Hate, and this 7-string tuning drop A, and I use Fishman Fluence pickups. It has a thermal nose, so I don't use that whammy bar. So it's all blocked, and everything else is just my computer over here that I record everything in that all ass Mac Tower that I have over there, and I use the Apollo for my input and stuff. And right now I'm using like plugins for the guitar because I really don't want to. I live in a townhouse, so I can't like really crank the amps in here while I'm recording. So I've opted for going digital with that kind of stuff. And then a lot of the music that I record from other bands and my other band too is like everything is direct. And if I need to source something out, like out of here of the studio to somewhere else, then just find somebody that do reamping or something like that.
Can't be too loud in the
So
neighborhood. Can't have the neighbors coming knocking on the door afterwards.
yeah. Actually, I this past weekend when I was recording the band, I asked the neighbors. They're cool and stuff because we had to practice on Thursday. Everything we were gonna record on Friday. So after I finished working on Thursday, then we had like band practice here with like everybody and stuff. So it was like intense. My kids were like, "Oh, that bass I could hear all the way in my room, all the way upstairs." I'm like, "Man, yeah, like the bass travels through the wood, so there's not escaping that." Yeah, and then Friday we just had drums, and the kids were just complaining about that. It was so loud. I'm like, a few hours. So, but we were able to finish everything up, and we were good, like with the noise and all that. So I mean, the neighbors didn't call the cops or anything. That was, I think that always happened when I was growing up. We could never like, we actually like playing music and like growing up for like 7 hours or something. So then the neighbors called the cops at that time because it's been so long. But here it's just like a couple, like 2-3 hours max. So they can withstand some loud noises for a little bit of time. We were done by like 8 or something, so it wasn't like cool. They're cool like that.
I'm gonna say maybe they got. I was trying to figure out the word too. Maybe they also went to a lot of Kiss concerts and saw how loud it was there too. Either that or
Yeah,
Slade.
yeah,
I know my dad told me
yeah.
how loud their concerts got too. So that's all
Oh
good.
yeah,
Did
yeah.
you mention what sort of DAW you use?
Yes, I use Logic, so that's the dollar I use for Logic for Mac. Yeah, yeah. And I tried using other ones, but I don't know. I came the way that I learned how to record stuff. It was like really weird when I started because I didn't have any DAW or anything. So I started actually recording videos of myself playing and extracting the audio in iMovie in the computer and then using that audio. And I was like, I remember showing that stuff to Felipe, like, "Hey, Felipe, look, I'm working on a song." And it was like me with the camcorder, like plugged into the computer, like me taking the audio out of the video and using that as a, like my recording. So from that, then GarageBand came along. And that's I upgraded to that, and I learned how to record in GarageBand. And I'm like, I need more tracks, um, more options for this. So then I found out about Logic, and I could upgrade it to Logic, and I just stayed there. I tried other ones, and I was trying Luna for a little while from Universal Audio, but it was kind of like tricky. And my computers, I have a old Mac Pro, like I said earlier, and it wasn't like I can't update it anymore. So it kind of like blocked me out in one of the updates. So that was that, and I just kept Logic and just kept my computer there. So I'm not like upgrading or anything to the new ones until this one dies. Hopefully, not anytime soon.
I'm gonna grind that axe for a long time before they
Yeah,
do some other ones too.
yeah,
I see.
yeah.
I guess Felipe, I guess what sort of gear do you have?
So my days, I just got like Ludwig right there that I'm trying to start playing drums on. Um, Besides that, Shure SM58. That was actually a gift from Robert because I had one, but unfortunately, with me moving around, it got lost in the way. But Robert was able to hook me up, and Shure SM58. That's what I got.
Yeah, but when Felipe comes to the studio, then he uses my Shure SM7B. Because I'm not using that one.
Yeah,
The nice one for the recordings, we're gonna use the nice one.
yeah.
Yeah, I see. So I guess when you guys are making the music too, I guess first off, do you guys write the lyrics first and then do the music, or vice versa?
Vice versa. I mean, Felipe has like lyrics like laying around, and he
Mhm.
sometimes like finds a lyric that matches that, and if it doesn't find anything, then he'll create a new one. But I have like I don't know. I just have to. I write a lot of music, so it's kind of like one of the things I have to do with like constantly keep moving on with the music. So I have the other band, and then I have this one, and I have other projects that I'm always like trying to like write something for it. So anything that I write that doesn't fit any of my other projects, and it sounds more of the style of the band. Like recently, something like that happened with one of the songs I was trying to do with my band. It wasn't kind of like it wasn't working out, and I'm like, oh man, like I'm upset that this song is not like working for this band, and I really like this song. I'm like, okay, let me see if I just change because like my other band, I haven't plugged it in. It's called Constituents. So in that band, we play in C sharp standard, and I wrote the song in that tuning, and it wasn't working. And the guys were kind of like, oh no, like let's work on something else. I'm like, well, I like the sound, let me do something with it. And I transposed the whole song in drop A, and it sounds more of what I was hearing in my mind. And I'm like, oh, this is it. It was meant to happen that we didn't work with the other band, and it wasn't this tuning, and I just transposed it to the tuning that we were working for, Engulfing Hate, and it was like perfect. I'm like, dude, like I can just show Felipe, like, dude, like we got this new song. It's like sick. Like the story behind it is like it was like from the other band. It didn't work, and I gave him all the story, and it was like so cool, like how it turned out. Because then I added some more stuff to it to make it sound cater more to Engulfing Hate. And ended up being like this sick song. I mean, we're not gonna release it yet, but the song is there, and Felipe is gonna work on the lyrics and all that. But kind of like how I go about it. That kind of like create something, whatever is it gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be for this band or another band. Time will tell, depending on the things that happen with the song. And sometimes I like when Felipe came over during the pandemic, like we wrote a song together. So we actually have that one song that is like that way that we were together, and I was like playing some riffs, and he said like, oh, just go from this to this to that, and then we just like created a song this way. But mainly it's like however they come, it's like usually depends of things that happen in my life and stuff. If I get like depressed and stuff, usually when that happens after the depression starts like fiddling out and stuff, and kind of like passing those obstacles, then it's kind of like all the creative thing comes on, and I have to like write something because it's kind of like all these like feelings, all these emotions and stuff that are running through me from like the things that happen. And this like it just I don't know, it's just like crazy like how it works. Like I don't know how to explain this, like something just come to you, and then you start working on it, and it just like your brain just tells you like, oh, this song goes here. It's like how do you know this? It's like I don't know, it's just like something out there like just telling it like, oh, this goes like this, and then you just go at it. That's how kind of like how I see the whole like creating songs and stuff.
I'll say the Cosmos touched the
Yeah.
mind of
Yes,
Robert
yes.
right there. He
Yes,
was at one
yes,
with the
yes,
Cosmos that day. So,
yes, yes.
see. Actually, I was going to say, what's your main method of communication? Do you mainly just, I guess, does Felipe send you his vocal tracks through email and stuff like that?
Yeah, like when I send Felipe the MP3s of the songs, and once he has everything down, sometimes like he um comes here. Well, like it was before in the past, like he planned of coming on vacation or something. He just come stay here for a few days, and then we just lay down like the songs that he has. And now we're working on a different way of doing it. Now he has some friends over there in Puerto Rico that have the like studios to record and stuff, so that he can like work on that. So we're gonna work on the new songs that way because we already have like 4 or 5 songs already that we recorded that's just been sitting there.
Hmm.
So I just have to like work on the mixes and stuff and get those out. So as since we have those in the pipeline there, as they go on, then we're gonna figure out how we're gonna work on all the new ones that we already have lined up, because we already have like three songs that don't have any lyrics to it that we have to like add to it. Actually, four, because we have another one from a different project that I did with my little brother. He's a drummer in Puerto Rico, and we did like a kind of like a hardcore song. Then Felipe was singing in Spanish and like playing just like hardcore riffs and like punk hardcore and stuff like that, like something like on the side, but something that he has to record.
So you guys have like a main job, and then you also do like multiple band projects too, I guess. How many bands are you a part of, Robert, and then Felipe can follow up?
Well, I have the main band that is Constituents, that I play guitar and write the songs. Then I have Engulfed that I write also the songs for it. I have, let me see. I have this other project with some friends that it was Wisteria Cottage a long time ago, and like we're trying to do something like that, like their style of that band. We have that project, and I also have what's one other project that I have? I can't remember right now because I haven't done anything with it for a long time. I had the other projects that die off after the pandemic and stuff, because I used to have like six projects, and they all like started like fiddling out. So right now, like like technically, like my main ones is just Constituents and Engulfing Hate. And Constituents is just taking me so much time because we're playing so much, and we're going on tour next month. So it's kind of like a lot of stuff to do with that.
Right, and I guess Felipe.
So besides Engulfing Hate, the one band that I'm actually like working on, it's called Beggars. If you go look for it on Facebook, because it's the only thing that we got at the moment, it'll be Beggars, ERHC, as in Puerto Rico hardcore. It's the music style for Beggars is gonna be like hardcore influence with a little bit of grind, a little bit of power violence. That's the mind frame for it. We just want to see the pit active. We want to see people dancing. We want to see having fun. I hope, and Robert, I know as well that one of these days, like we have Engulfed on a live setting. Um, I know we have friends that would be willing to work with it, so we can make it happen. But at the moment, it's a fun project to be working on. It helps me release like a lot of like stuff that when the day goes bad, like I can go into like the microphone and release it all, you know. So as long as Robert it's ready, I'll always be doing anything with a goal. Like so the time it's endless for me. So you know.
I would say we go back to earlier referencing happy place. We go back to our happy place. So
Facts, 100%. Engulfed is my happy place. Music in general. But if I'm honest, I'm even thankful to Robert all the time. I'll be saying right, thank you, because even the band that I'm on, I feel that in part it had to be because it got to be done because people are hearing what I'm doing at the moment with Engulfed. Without it, probably it still could have come through because it's friends, but they wouldn't have known what I'm doing at the moment, so they would have been a bit iffy about it. That thanks to Robert and the platform and the music that he's been putting for me to work on it. It's been giving me nothing but a fruitful environment for creativity and for others to help me uh, keep that creativity going.
I guess would you say is that the main reason you like music? Or I guess is there like other reasons you kind of want to list off? We'll start with Felipe this time.
Oh, like facts, man. Okay, so I started with the music because of the high school environment, friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, let's all friends have a band and stuff like that. But eventually, that they grew up into my therapy. If I'm honest, when I'm a very shy, quiet person. But when I'm on stage, it's not that I'm a complete different person, but it's like a switch, and it's like everything that day went wrong. It's all let out through that moment. So after that show, after I'm done at the stage, I'm done at practice, I feel relief. You know, I would say it's beautiful, if I'm honest. If anybody is ever upset, just scream. It's a beautiful experience. You don't have to do it like in front of everybody. You can be in your car, on the shower. It's beautiful, I promise.
I would say, yeah, I definitely do some growls whenever I got the radio on, listen to some metal here and there too.
Anything, bro.
Yeah.
Like a quick like anything. If they can throw good rolls, bro, that adds to it because you release even more. But anything anything helps.
That's true. So good to hear it. I guess, Robert, I guess what would be your reason that you love music?
Well, to me, it's like I always like music as a like my dad. He was always listening to music, and he's an artist as well. And I kind of like got that from him too. Like doing art. I'm a graphic designer. That's like my day job. So it's kind of like everything kind of like goes in hand. It's like all the time I'm working and I need to listen to music, and I get out of work and I just go to a concert or like I mean when I was younger I used to get out of work and go to a show something like that. Now I have a family, so I have to be with family. It's harder now, but music always been kind of like part of like being able of me to show like to be myself because like I'm a introverted person. I don't really like going out to places and doing anything. Like vacation and stuff is like I get stressed out, like just going on vacation, then I get homesick and all this stuff. I really don't deal with like too many people well and stuff and all of that. And when I'm in the show, it's just different because I kind of like how Felipe was saying. There's kind of like you flip a switch and you're kind of like a different person. It's like when I play, when I'm playing, as soon as I put that guitar on, it's kind of like I get to just be an extroverted person. I run around, look at people in their eyes and stuff, and do like crazy faces and stuff like that, and like take my tongue out and stuff stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, things like that. And it's like I would never do that like that to like anybody. I don't even talk to people and stuff. Like I'm like really quiet and stuff, and always have a hard time like getting my thoughts together. But yeah, the music is kind of like it's kind of like put me in connection with like how everything should be. It's like it should be um, like how you were saying the happy place. So it's with everything that's going on, it's kind of like always takes me to the happy place, and that's where I feel the best, like the happiest. It's like when I'm playing guitar or doing anything like mixing my music. Even my family says like, "Oh, you love the music more than us." I'm like, I mean, it's just like part of like me and stuff. It's just, I just can't get rid of it. So it's like I always have to keep going. That's what I tell Felipe. Like, oh, you have to like do anything. Like, just learn how to play any instrument. You can't sing. Just find something else like to get your thing out there, so you can like express yourself and get it out there. Once you like figure that that's a way that you can express yourself, it's like there's no. Like, I don't know how people can stop doing it. Like I will never be able to stop. Like if I can, like if I lose an arm or something, I will find. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Like I don't know, just mix music or use my ears more than just like my arms, like to play an instrument and things.
Could be the DJ in that case too. It's not easy. And compare this like the drummer from Def Leppard,
Yeah.
to play with one arm.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Get that story. So it's everything too.
Yeah.
I had to let out my Gene Simmons too when you were saying the tongue thing as well too. So
Yes,
let's get a little tongue
yes.
action.
Yes. Well, that's one of the first band that I like. I was like, because I was brought up religious and stuff, and it was always like, oh, the metal music, and like, oh, there's this band called Kiss. They're like all painted, and the guy that has the longest tongue ever or whatever. I'm like, what? Like I found all this stuff. It's like crazy, and I hear the music. I'm like, this is not like that like crazy. It's like I mean, it's kind of like pop music kind of thing. So it's not like that heavy. I would have thought like like how they were like portraying it, like, oh, this is like the music from the devil. It's like, oh, like to me I just laugh. It's like, I mean yeah, it wasn't like what I listen to the music now. It's like kind of like crazy. There's this band called Watain that they're like worship the devil or whatever, and like all the imagery is like way more intense than what I saw from kids. It's like, it's just crazy. Like how back in the day they
something like that, you know.
Yeah.
No, that's tricky. I think it was because of the name too, because they were thinking it was like an acronym. It was like Knights in Satan's Service. That's what I wanted to think of. So I don't know. People just can't have fun these days. Fun.
Yeah.
They charge you extra to have fun too. That's the thing too. They charge you extra for that. That's it too.
Yes.
All right. I started with Felipe on that one because he was on a sick burn right there. He was on fire. That thing was fire. Yes. So yeah, so we wanted to give it to him there too. So that's all good. But I guess first off, who does the lyrics? First off, do you both take turns with the lyrics wise, or I guess who's the main lyricist?
So that would be me. Everything is done lyrically by me. If anything, I'll work with the titles that Robert will have. He had the one song that was called Universe, so I made it about the environment and everything like that. In other cases, it will be I'm a wrestling fan, so there's like a wrestler called Karrion Cross. His persona at one point was that he was supposedly a hitman or something like that, and that's how they wanted to portray him. So I made a song about it, which is the latest single that we got, which is Death Arrangement. Um, and then it's all based on like either stuff that's happening during the day, life in general, movies, anything can become an influence for the writing process. And the main important thing is that it fits with the music that's in it. You know, as long as it fits, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, most of the people won't understand what I'm saying regardless. So it's like as long as it's on the tempo that Robert has it, it's all set. It's all good.
Funny thing about that song, that single "Death Arrangement," I wrote that song in 2010 when I moved out of Puerto Rico. That I was living in Atlanta, and I wrote that song back then. And Felipe had been like, it had like 3 different lyrics and stuff, and like he arranges, and it came out like 14 years later. It's finally we released the song because it was like, I don't know, the perfect timing for it. Like, I don't know, like what we were able to do, and also my skills got better as a mixer engineer and stuff. So it's kind of like everything. It just like I couldn't achieve it then, and now like, oh, now I can figure out what the heck I was not doing then, and now I know a little bit more what the hell I'm doing. So yeah.
But like Robert said, that's good. That music itself has had at least like about 3 different lyrics. So yeah, we've been working on that for a while, and everything it's made with the intent to make it heavy. That's it. Make the growls heavy, the screams heavy, right intention for it to sound as heavy as we can make it sound. You know.
Instead of that, how about we just make it metal? We gotta do it like that. We just make it metal.
Yeah. That's it.
It's just metal, baby. That's all you need. So
facts, bro.
At least we would hope you know what you're doing whenever you are writing the lyrics. So within legal bounds. So
yeah. Facts.
We won't do it in real life, but we will discuss it as a story topic. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I didn't think about bludgeoning that woman with an axe. That was just the metaphor, for
instance.
That's
a lyric, bro. You know, that's Cannibal Corpse. You know, they're for me, they're the masters in that sense, bro. They'll be writing the most ridiculous, like over the top lyric, and it makes sense with the music. You wouldn't hear anything else on the music that they're playing. Like you wouldn't be hearing anybody getting dismantled, disboweled, anything like that if it's not on blast beat. Like, come on, bro. Like, it makes sense. So I would say that's it. It has to make. We cannot be writing about how beautiful the day is, how flowers are blossoming. It wouldn't make sense, you know.
How beautiful is spring.
Yeah. All the sun falls. Like, come on, like. Probably, but I wouldn't know how to write it with this music, you know.
kind of a way we like to do it too, and I kind of take a little bit of carcass out of this too. It's like roses are red, violets are blue. Wake up and smell the carcasses.
That's it, bro. That's it.
That's all I need. Actually, I was thinking of Suffocation's Thrones of Blood when I was referencing that earlier lyric. So yeah, that one. Tend to get a little graphic too, but it's still badass nonetheless. So.
Yeah, correct.
So I guess in terms of challenges, I guess would you say you kind of work in multiple jobs, or do you think marketing and time constraints are kind of the biggest challenges you guys face today? Robert, we'll start with you.
Yeah, so to me is like the job, like blending like the job and the creativeness, like how much creativeness I'm gonna give to my work and how much creativeness I'm gonna give to the music. So it's always kind of like at the end of the day, I get tired, like my brain gets tired of like so much like output, and I work a full-time job, so it's like 8 hours at work, and then I work on my music after that. But sometimes a little bit of ganja will help you, like reset your brain and go back at it. So that's part of the whole ritual when it comes to getting to the music. It helps with the rots and stuff. So it's kind of like cool down and from the stress of the day and work on that.
Ganja? Don't say it wasn't vodka or something.
No. Oh, let's call it weed.
Why not? Let's just call it Mary Jane. How about MJ at this point?
Yes,
Let's just call
yes,
it MJ.
MJ.
So there
Yes.
you go. Okay. And Felipe?
What was the question?
I guess, what sort of challenges, I guess, you face these days? Are you kind of working multiple jobs, or I guess, is there time constraints?
So, okay, for the music, it will be that me and Robert are on separate places, man. The fact that
Mm-hmm.
he's on Baltimore and I'm here, it makes it difficult because, like he said, we've made like just like about 2 songs in the same spot. So everything else, it's like a more like send it my way type deal. So creatively, I can bring input into the songwriting and everything, but it's like very little. It's not the same as us being on the same room and from there on, like working everything out. So that would be one of the challenges that I feel we face as a band. Besides that, all good.
Long distance travel. Yeah, I can see why. The reason I was bringing it up too. Normally, people I've interviewed, they've been family, families, maybe a couple of kids right here working multiple jobs. They have the main job, then music is like the hobby that at least tries to pay for the gas bills and that sort of stuff too. So that's why I always like to bring it up first. In terms of marketing and time constraints too, because it seems like that's always like the hardest thing to do, and I guess it kind of leads into the social media side of it as well too. So I guess first off, are you guys part of the Facebook group Band Together?
No.
Not that I know of.
I say strongly recommend you guys join. We got a whole bunch of indie musicians in there, good number of metalheads as well. So
I definitely will.
Perfect.
I guess first of all, what social media are you guys on?
I'm on Instagram and Facebook.
Mhm.
And I'll keep it there. No TikTok or anything.
Yeah, we have
I'll be the band.
Bandcamp, we have Spotify, we have what else? We got we're in Apple Music, but we do not have anything of the new ones. That's facts. No threads, no TikTok, nothing like that.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think they banned TikTok, so I think we gotta ditch that one now. So it's all good. And I guess is there something you? Oh, sorry. What?
No, yeah. The fact that they're banning TikTok, I feel it's even great.
We don't need those stinging Chinese coming in here and trying to steal our
Yeah, dude,
identities.
what? That's it. All my info. Oh, no need for it.
Oh no, that's not how it works here,
No,
mate. That's not how it works.
no,
Okay.
no, no.
Sorry to interrupt that right there, but actually I was going to lead to this one. I guess is there something you guys hope to achieve with your social media? Be like an influencer in a way.
So it would be like to help us keep on creating more music, to keep us getting motivated to make more music. It's not the same when you're just doing it, not without it, but with social media, you feel like you have people supporting you. We have people that we actually don't even know hitting us up or interacting with us because of the music that we're doing and because of the social media. So it's something that we appreciate a whole lot. And it's something that it keeps us motivated to keep on doing it. Without it, it wouldn't be as easy as it is. It wouldn't be as fruitful as it feels. You know, because I'm in Puerto Rico, he's in Baltimore, you're in Pittsburgh. So through social media, we're connected. You know, that's all I gotta say at the moment.
Yeah, actually, I was kind of holding my breath too because I had reached out to a good number of people before you guys had responded to my request, so it was all good. And thanks Felipe for putting this together there too. So
appreciate it. Thank you, man. Because like again, we are appreciating the opportunity, and
thank you.
it's something that we don't take for granted. We actually we have been playing music for the longest, and we are always done it for the same. It's always been because it's a platform for us to give it all away, be creative, to uh, release the day, to help us get to that happy place, to that happy, safe space. You know, so whenever like people like you, people like RDE Productions, people that are reaching out to us and trying to hear our side or trying to even speaking to us, it's for us, it's huge. And we'll always be super grateful about it. So from the bottom of my heart, and I know Robert's heart, thank you, Brian. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
De nada, these girls. Sorry, that's what I like. I think we're getting a little touchy right there too, so sorry. All right.
Gracias, brother, de corazón, gracias.
Sí, gracias.
Actually, I reached out to a couple people in the past, and actually both interviews that came from Mexico. One was El Baterista Rupestre, aka Joaquin, and then Hector's drum, I think it was Drum Studio or Drum Cave. I forget which one. But both of them, yeah. I haven't gotten too many people out of other South American countries, let alone the Caribbean as well, too. So
yeah, correct.
I'm trying to figure out.
That's the first ones?
I guess so. I don't know how far south Puerto Rico is, but I guess we'll say you're along the same lines as Joaquin and Hector.
Oh, so. A whole lot of miles, like about 4,000 miles. And then not only you got Puerto Rico, you got República Dominicana right there as well. Yeah. So you do actually got the Caribbean right here at the moment.
All right. I'll take it. All right. This is all good too. So I guess I will save the advice for the last question here too, but I guess let's jump into the fun ones. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. So start with the first one here. Robert, what would you consider is your favorite food?
My favorite food? Well, I say that is lasagna. My family says otherwise. They say that it's hamburgers because I'm always like, hamburgers. And I'm like, just like having the hamburger. And I love the hamburgers, like any kind, like bacon, like barbecue and all that stuff. It's like burgers. So my final say is burgers. But I have a little soft spot for lasagna.
You still got a little Italian. I'm going to say it's from his mom's side, though, or something.
Yeah. Actually, another food that is favorite, too, is mango. That is a typical dish from the Dominican Republic. And I grew up eating that all the time. It's like plantains all like smashed, kind of like a consistency of mashed potatoes. Something like that. And in Puerto Rico, they do something similar called mofongo, but it's a little bit like harder, like less mashed potato-y.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the way you're kind of saying with the mashed potatoes, it kind of reminded me of like a putang dish, which was like fries, gravy, and mashed potatoes. That's what they do up north in Canada. So that's what you kind of made me right enough at first.
Thanks.
I've never been to the Dominican Republic, I guess. How is it? Is it kind of a mixed bag? Like some places are good, some places are like...
beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean, I don't know a lot of history from there because I moved out of there when I was like 6 years old. So a lot of my history of everything that I learned growing up and stuff is like stuff from Puerto Rico. So I know things that I learned from my family, and mostly was like the food. And every time that we went over there, it was like going to the beach and seeing the family. So I really don't know a lot of cultural things from the Dominican Republic. But I am Dominican at heart, and it's like I can never change that. I will never change it. I'm a U.S. citizen, but I'm still Dominican and will always be Dominican, and I'm always gonna eat somango and with queso frito
That's
and salami. That is like the best meal ever.
So I was like Dominican Republic at heart.
Yes.
Go.
that's
Yes.
it.
With authority. That's what we do. All right. And Felipe, what was your favorite food? That was the question.
So it'll be Puerto Rican food, of course. Like we got like a beach stew that we call sancocho, which is rich of vegetables. We'll have like lasagna style dish, which is called pastelón, and it's made with yellow plantains. Instead of like the lasagna, instead of the lasagna spaghetti style, you just put like yellow plantains on it. Bro, that thing is like super good, super fire. And if it's not Puerto Rican food, pizza. New York style pizza, it's for me the best pizza in the world. I was a huge fan of Sbarro. Don't know what happened to it. Haven't seen Sbarro in a minute. Hope I start to see him again. And that's it.
I was like, man, forget about the Chinese taking over. We got the Italians that taking over the food and
Uh,
everything. So,
Well, food wise, and Chinese food is good as well. The ones that we have here in Puerto Rico, man, the way that they make the rice, it's a little bit different. So I like it as well. But bro, like Italian pizza is perfect. Not only that, spaghetti, anything that, bro, facts. Italian food, it's right there with Puerto Rican food in my book, right there.
I did ask, how far are you from the capital city of San Juan? Are you close by to it?
I'm actually in it.
All right.
Santurce is just like a suburb from San Juan. So from El Morro, all the tourist attractions, I'm like 10 minutes, and I'm about 5 minutes away from the airport.
Yeah, okay. Actually, what would you recommend in terms of restaurants and pubs whenever we were to come down to San Juan and party?
Okay, so if you want to come to Puerto Rico and you want to hit like rock local spots, there's two main spots that you hit. One of them is called El Local. Both of them are in San Juan, in Santurce area. The art on the wall itself, it's amazing. It's something that it's a vibe. Constituents, Robert's band actually played there about a year and a half ago. The vibe of the show was crazy. It's almost like a house setting, so it's almost like you're playing on a living room. The other place is called La Respuesta, also in Santurce. It's a place where you have like on Mondays hip hop, on Wednesdays you have karaoke, Friday, Saturday, Sunday you have like local shows or anything in between. And then if you're looking for like a cool setup to hang out, just have drinks, be with other tourists, it's a place called La Placita in Santurce, which you have from restaurants to bars to nightclubs. Most of the people just get there by Ubers, so it's just a fun place to be on in Puerto Rico and San Juan itself. So if you come over, make it happen. And if you need anything, just let me know. Hit me up, hit us up, and I'll hook you up. I got you.
All right, he'll be our tour guide for the day too, so I'll hold you to it. So I'll
That's
see what
it.
happens.
Yeah, that's,
I just started a new
that's
job
it.
recently, so I don't get as much vacation as I do right now. So we'll have to see what happens. So, but thank you nonetheless, Steve. Thanks for sharing that.
Sure.
All right, and Bob, for the next question right here, I guess, what would you consider as your favorite movie?
Me?
Yeah.
My favorite movie, Nightmare Before Christmas. It did a big impact on me when I saw that like everything was like stop motion, and I just loved how beautiful everything was like created and how dark and awesome it was. And I have a second favorite movie that is Terminator 2 with Arnie.
I'll be back.
Yes.
So they're gonna make memes even after he is long gone. Afterwards, there's always gonna be something. Get to the chopper. So
Yep.
Yeah, I told that chop.
the guy's a legend too. You gotta love Arnold.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Facts.
There's this band Austrian Death Machine that they do like a bunch of like samples of Arnie and stuff, and they have a song that starts like that. Get to the chopper, and it's like thrash metal and stuff. It's like awesome.
I think the unfortunate thing with Austria, because I interviewed a couple people out of Austria, they say the music scene's just not there. I don't know if it was like slowly dying and COVID just exasperated it. It's kind of unfortunate too. So instead of sending them all to Baltimore, send them all to Vienna next. So
Yeah,
we gotta get the metal scene back in the
yeah,
Vienna scene. So
yeah.
it's a little forewarning. We'll just say that too. Actually, shout out to Ella and Mike and then Moreno from Austria. So give them all a nice shout out too. All right, and Felipe, did you say what your favorite movie was?
It would be okay. I'm thinking Goodfellas, but at the same time, I'm thinking Goonies. So depending on the day, it can be either or, Goodfellas or Goonies. You know?
Oh, it's a hell of a great choice. Yeah, I remember watching that one a good bit too, and I did a little Casino too. I only did it once, and then
Yeah.
I think I gotta do that Killers of the Flower Moon next because I have. You know what's unfortunate? He's doing like a lot of long movies now, but it seems it always pays off. But someone's like, did you really have to make it like 3 hours long, which is what The Irishman was, for instance? So
Yeah. But bro, The Irishman was such a good movie. Anything like on that side, like you said, Casino, Tony Brasco. I love like crime movies, man. But for me, the one that takes the cake is Goodfellas. But I'm not that far from The Departed. I'm a fan of The Departed as well.
that's true. I forgot about that one. So excellent choice. All right, and Robert, first off, do you both drink alcohol by any chance?
Yeah.
I do.
Okay. Which ones would you consider as your favorite alcoholic drink and non-alcoholic drink? Robert and then Felipe.
Well, alcoholic drink, I like Johnny Walker Black Label. That's like my preference, and non-alcoholic, Dr Pepper.
We got a doctor in the house, so all right, good choice. And Felipe.
Heineken for alcoholic drinks, and then ice cream with malt, uh, or ice cream with any soda as well.
Root beer.
I actually enjoy those. Yeah. Nah, not a root beer. Not a root beer person at all. Like,
No,
never
it's
liked it.
good. It's good.
Tried it a few times. Never will like it. I hope my palate doesn't like it ever. Uh, Not a fan of root beer. Never will be.
I mean, I'm the same way
And
too. The way you kind of described it, too, it sounded like that Coca-Cola vanilla. I think what they used to do back in the day.
yeah. Like, I don't mind, bro. Like Coca Cola, Dr Pepper, but root beer, nah.
It's
Fair
good.
enough.
Some of them are good. Some of them. Are
Nah, I wasn't a fan either.
Yeah, right. Like I haven't found it. Yeah, I haven't found it.
Vomit all
The
over the
one that
place.
tasted,
oh
no.
man.
Bro, I've actually thrown it. Like I prefer to eat the ice. You know what I'm saying? Like forget about root beer. Not on me.
You got the
You see
two
me
Steeler
once,
fans who are not digging root beer right now too. So
yeah, bro.
we're seconding out the Raven fan right here. So it's all good.
No.
And last of the phone questions, Robert, what would you consider is currently your favorite song, or a song you've been listening to a good bit recently?
It's called. I'll tell you in a second. It's called "Shame and Its Afterbirth" from Vitriol. That's the one that I've been listening lately. And my favorite song, like it's been my favorite song for a while, is "New Day" from Carnival. A little like on the softer side, but it's kind of like a technical kind of thing. I don't know if you heard of that band Carnival from Australia, and they're awesome. And they're kind of like a technical band, but they played like alternative metal or something like that. It's like clean singing, everything, but like their music is like amazing. I like how they write the songs and stuff. It's really cool.
You make it sound like it's an Austrian dream theater in a way. So
Um,
or Australian?
Not as technical. It's more a little bit more like Tool-ish kind of like. I hear it more of like Tool kind of thing, but like technical like that. That is not like it's like kind of like hard to play. Like the music is not like really simple for like the kind of stuff that they're playing.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
And I guess Felipe.
I'm going on the hardcore route. It'll be Brains, Feel the Pressure. And the other one that I've been into it lately, and it's because I saw them on FYS from Tampa, it's Out of Pocket, and the song On Sight. Brian, they played for 15 minutes, and it's one of the hardest sets I've seen in my life. I was a fan from the moment they started to the moment they ended, and they left me with wanted to see them play again. So, Out of Pocket On Sight, that's gonna be the one song that I'm actually on it, like right now. And you can hear it, go listen to it.
I'm gonna say they're one of those bands that do like the minute-long songs, or sometimes maybe for
Literally,
like 40 or so
bro.
seconds.
Like literally, like for example, one of they have like a 3 song EP. It's an intro and 2 songs. And on the intro, it's like the first 15 seconds. It's a sample. From there on, it's heavy music without no vocals for like 40 seconds. And once the vocals comes in, like they're just killer, man. So it is one of those like minute 30 songs that will actually like have you on chart. Like what?
It's almost like strap yourselves in, folks. You're in for a good ride here, y'all.
Like okay, it's like how they always say that there's gonna be musicians that they're like spin kickers. There's gonna be they're pit masters. They're the ones that once you're in a show, you see them on the pit, like crowd killing or spin kicking or like picking up change. And once they're in bands, they're the ones that will have you like in awe, bro, because they know the music that they want to hear. They know the music that they want to see people doing. So they'll be playing with raw emotion, bro. And Out of Pocket is one of those bands. Facts.
All right, I have to check them out. So we'll see what happens. But good choice. All right.
Yeah.
So Robert, Felipe, we're near the end of my podcast right here. We're down to one more question. Before we jump into it, did you have any questions for me or any final words you want to say before we jump into it?
Nah, bro. I would say like I said earlier, we appreciate you inviting us over. So the one question I would have is how you found out about us and what you think about us once you found out about us.
Well, it was quite by accident. I happened to be on Facebook, and I think it was just one of those posts. I don't know if it was I added like a band, and then I just saw like Engulfed in Hate, and say like, yeah, it's got the design of a metal band, and hey, it does sound metal, so let's go check it out. Plus, it was 50-50, so I threw it out there, be like, you know what, I need to fill in some slots for this weekend, so hey, we'll just throw it out there and see if they respond. And thank God you responded, so it's good to have you all
Yes,
on here.
sir.
So,
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. Mm-hmm.
all right. I guess, was there any other questions, or Robert, did you have anything? Okay. Felipe, you good?
I'm a person of little like small words, so I don't really don't have anything else.
Your introversy is showing there.
Yeah, Felipe and I have like a connection. Like he kind of like we piggyback in what we say and stuff. Like and he already
Mm-hmm.
said kind of like what I was also thinking. So we're really thankful for you reaching out to us and giving us the opportunity in your platform to give a little promotion to our little 2-man operation over here. And we're really thankful, and we wish that you get to see more bands, and like this will also get you more fans also for your podcast.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Bring them all my way. We need all San Juan and Baltimore to come on in. So,
Yes,
That's it.
yes.
Yes, sir.
all right. And for the last question right here, you guys might have harped on it a little bit too, but here's how it goes. Given what COVID has done, obviously it seems like you guys were blessed in a way. Guys were able to like form Engulfed in Hate. Maybe some other stuff in terms of music wise too, but for those musicians, basically on social media or really any musicians in general from where you guys live, what sort of message of hope and advice would you give to those musicians who are perhaps struggling in some sort of capacity?
I would say like like, but everybody's always had to say that keep going because we just have to keep doing the thing. Because like if you let it go and you don't do it, then like you're just gonna get lost in the void and forgotten. And just keep doing the music, keep practicing, because that's what gets you where you want to be. Because if you don't do your thing, you're just gonna get forgotten. So I'll say that.
Yeah, the same. It, it, don't give up on what you want to accomplish in life. If you feel that music is what you want to do, do it. It doesn't matter how many people follow you, how many people don't. As long as it's what you enjoy doing. This is what we enjoy doing. Even if we wouldn't be talking to you, it's the same way. So if it's something that calls you, that your heart tells you to do it. Don't stop. I'm 42, and in a way, I haven't stopped. So if it's what your life tells you that you gotta be doing, it can happen.
Spoken like a bunch of true prodigies. All right.
Yeah.
It's all good. So, gracias, amigos. So, I still
Yeah,
retain some Spanish. I still retain some Spanish. So,
Yeah.
all right.
yeah, no, and like if you need classes, bro, hit me up, man. I got you.
I mean, I'm pretty busy to be honest too, so I don't know if I'll be able to pay you for your teaching Spanish classes. So, unfortunately, I'll keep you informed. I'll keep you informed. But thanks for the offer, nonetheless.
You're welcome, bro. You're welcome.
So,
You can
Robert,
always send us a message and say, hey, how do you say this? And then we'll ask.
Yeah, that's
Say,
it.
hey,
Got
say
you.
we
this.
can do that too. I'll just ask you for the song title, and
Yeah.
then like just have them write the lyrics too. So we can do that. We do
Yeah.
our own version of Revolucion from Brujeria. How about that?
Hey.
Con las de rata, brujería.
Oh, con las de
Man,
rata. Sí.
freaking love that
Brujeria.
song.
Rata.
Black magic.
Yes. Like I remember the one time I heard brujería was through a soundtrack of a movie called Foss, and it was that song, Con las de rata. Bro, brujería is legit, super super legit.
That's what you could probably think of too for bringing the heavy metal scene into the Hispanic communities.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can see why.
That's facts.
Gotta respect Max Cavalera too. He stuck to his guns. So,
Yeah.
so Robert and Felipe, we've reached my podcast right now, and I guess first off, if you guys want to do any promotion for any new music, or I know Robert, you talked about doing some tours. I guess if you want to share any info, go ahead.
Yeah, next week next month we're gonna be on tour with Polluted Tongues. We're gonna be in April 18th and live at the Garage in Montgomery County. And here in Maryland, April 19th, we're gonna be at the West Haven, Connecticut, the Crunch House. April 20th, we're gonna be at Sammy's Patio in Revere, Massachusetts. April 21st, we're gonna be Flemington, New Jersey, at the Flemington DIY. And the last show is gonna be at the Pie Shop in DC on April 22nd. I got this little tour thingy that I did. So we're enough of that. And my band is Constituents. You can find us in all the social media, Constituents Baltimore. That's it.
All right, I guess Felipe, you tagging along for the ride, or is this just strictly for our constituents?
I have tagged along for the ride. Did it like last year, was it?
Yep.
Yeah, last year. Tag along for like merch guy type situation. It was a blast. I would do it again for sure, for sure, for sure. In my case, go look out for Beggars. We are about to do our first show. It's gonna be April 21st on El Ensayo on Puerto Rico. There's a few bands on the bill that are about to be announced soon. Like I said, that's like a power violence with hardcore, with very little grind, but it's just pure chaos. The way music should be done, the way life should be done. And with the Engulfed way, we're gonna be releasing, like Robert said, we do have a few songs already on worked on. It just needs to be mixed and mastered. We're planning on releasing a B-sides EP, which are songs because like he said, we have music that's out there that probably is not the style that Engulfed it's moving forward. But like, since we know that it's still good music, we're still thinking about putting like B-sides. I would say like by the end of the year, we should be at least like 2 singles, taking out 2 more singles, if not at least 1 more. And we're just gonna keep on making music. There's more to be done, and we're just ready for it.
Keep blazing a trail of chaos, as we like to say. So.
Yeah, love it.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess before we close, any final words, any shout outs you want to give to your fans or anybody in particular?
So shout out to all of our friends, all the bands that we have shared the stage and we will share the stage. Constituents, Ritual Cannabis, Omnifarian, Fulminator, Tripping Corpse, the kids from Destroy Magazine, RDG Promotions, Infinite Terrors, Intimidation Display, Cold Times, Golpe Justo, Another Fallen Soldier. We got plenty of friends, bro. And we love them all. And Convicted to Die, I can keep on naming bands because, not only me here in Puerto Rico, but Robert in Baltimore, since it's what we love to do, we've connected with people that love to do the same thing as us. So we appreciate them all. Muérete, all the good bands, bro. We love you all, and they just are killing it. So we just want them to keep on killing it, you know?
We just circled D, all the above. That's what we were meant to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, thanks for sharing the shout outs there too, and for all those bands as well. So, all right. So everyone, my guest today was Robert and Felipe, one hailing from Baltimore, one from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
They're part of the metal band Engulfed in Hate. So also go check out Robert with his other band Constituents. And were you saying beggars or peggers for your other band?
Beggars. Yeah. My bad. I got that Chico Rico accent. But beggars.
Okay, that band right there.
Yeah.
I don't want to pronounce it too. So you heard it from Felipe. So go check out his band and go hit these guys up on the socials right here. Go hit them up on the streaming platforms. Let's go help our amigos out right there. And you guys keep on rocking and doing what you're doing. So Robert and Felipe, y'all stay safe. You have a good night. Rock on. Have a good night, amigos. Adios.
Nice to meet you, Brian. All right.
Yo, bro.
Adios.
Thank you.